I got so much more.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
Fucking design on right now.
Break it down, bring it back, make it clap. I got 3 old thoughts, new block, where that thing. Bitches on my line, and you know.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Arini Roihati Farha from second semester of English Education Department. Now, I will read you about several missions to fulfill the final test from Miss Sophie. Here, there are 2 kinds of topic. The first is about whether career women are more important than housewives, and the second is whether the vaping culture threatens the unity of NKRI. Okay, the first topic is about whether career women are more important than housewives. I disagree with this. Women have a very broad spectrum of paths forward, which can be accessed in many ways. Unfortunately, women are always at a crossroads when it comes to the decisions in their life. It is as if every stepping stone woman take is limited and never appropriate. This is evidenced by the emergence of debates and stereotypes in society regarding career women and housewives. Stereotypes regarding the roles of career woman and housewife in society. Problems arise and revolve around which life choice is better, which life choice is more noble, and which life choice has a higher degree. Controversies about being a career woman or a housewife are accompanied by subjective opinions and often put each other down. Sadly, many of the instigators of these disputes come from women themselves. Career women are labeled as independent women who are self-sufficient, self-reliant, and full of freedom because they are able to generate income as they wish. However, like a double-edged dagger, they are also considered blind to household affairs. They not to care about the family, are considered not to understand how to educate children. Women do not need to go to school to hike, and are only oriented towards their own welfare. Women can be career women, stay-at-home moms, both or neither. Similarly, housewives are seen as women who make sacrifice for their husband and children. However, at the same time, they are seen as hiding under armpits of their spouses, not having their own lives and futures, being dependent and being seen as uneducated. In fact, it is not uncommon for the role of housewife to be equated with domestic assistant. Then, underlining the two stereotypes above, the most basic question that then arises is woman's life a turtle shell that only has 2 life alternatives? No, women do not have to choose between these 2 options. Women have the right to be career women, homemakers, both or neither. Women's freedom cannot be compartmentalized because women have multiple roles. Housewives also do work according to their roles, like the title of Raisa's song, Serba Salah. No woman's life decision is better because being a career woman or a housewife is not an Olympic sport that must be made into a competition. Whether or not life choices are good or not, in the end, each person will only be felt in the form of responsibility and not because of differences in degrees in choice, so that deciding life choice without the need to be haunted by stigma is a woman's right. The view of women as a marginalized group who can only crawl in the kitchen, well, and marriage is slowly eroded. The concept of a woman as the second strata is no longer relevant with the promotion of narratives related to equality. Although until now the push for equality still being folk, there is indeed a wolf in every woman, but don't let it tear the flesh of other wolves. Okay, the next topic is about whether the fabbing culture threatens the unity of NKRI. And I agree with this. It's familiar sight to see someone engrossed in their cell phone when they have someone to talk to. The phenomenon is called fabbing, or an abbreviation of phone snubbing, which will greatly damage relationship and or threaten the unity and integrity of the country. Fabbing is an acronym for phone snubbing, or can be described as the dependence of modern humans on sophisticated telecommunications devices, aka gadgets. The emergence of the term fabbing was started by Alex Haig, an Australian student who interned at the famous advertising company McCann in Australia. He was later recruited as a permanent employee there. A movie called A Word Is Born captured the whole process of creating this new term and became an advertisement for Macquarie Dictionary Australia. In May 2012, McCann Melbourne, together with Macquarie Dictionary, invited lexicographers, book and poetry writers to introduce the word fabbing in the media with the Stop Fabbing campaign. The impact of fabbing is quite severe and is felt in recent time, among which can damage social relationships in today's society. Relationship expert from the Heart Centre Australia, Julie Hart, asserts that fabbing can due several factors in relationships between individuals, even according to the study. The effects of fabbing are fatal due to the fact that 46% of couples are fabbing and 22 of them say this behavior has caused tension in the relationship. Meanwhile, according to the study Fabbit and Alone, conducted by Meredith David and James Roberts from Baylor University and Waco, Texas. People currently check their cell phone 150 times a day. This kind of atmosphere with people is no revert to as fabbing. So, it is no exaggeration that on the popular website Cyblog, founded by British psychologist Dr. Jeremy Dane, There is an article that writes fabbing as the modern way to ruin relationships because that's exactly what it is. In fact, fabbing has emerged in line with the development of gadgets in the world, but it has only become a problem recently. Cell phones, which were originally designed to facilitate communication, have now become a barrier to interpersonal social relationships. In everyday interaction with others, people often assume that the momentary distraction caused by cell phone is no big deal. However, our findings hold that many couples who are spending time together are interrupted by one individual looking at their phone, says Meredith. This means that the other individual will feel neglected and less likely to be satisfied in the relationship, minimizing of fabbing as a trivial thing. But according to Ima Sepala, a psychologist at Stanford and Yale University, fabbing aims to keep us in touch with others via chat or social media. Ironically, this can actually destroy our relationship with the person we are with. According to psychologists who study human behavior, the fabbing issue is related to human development in the early days of fabbing. Many people were embarrassed or reluctant to do it. The act of ignoring others in a social setting is antisocial, but if you look deeper, the fabbing phenomenon might be a continuation of the image of obedience or togetherness that existed long before smartphones or gadgets turned them into an annoyance. Okay, maybe that's all my opinions about this topic. More or less, I'm so sorry. The last ISIS. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.